Okay, so the next, the expression for energy decay. Okay, expression for energy decay. Okay, for the same problem. Okay, for the same problem, for this problem. Okay, for the same source free circuit, finally we have found out how the voltage is decaying, how the current is decaying. Then finally how the energy is getting decayed. Okay, so the energy decay in the capacitor, the energy across the capacitor is always with respect to this formula, you know, EC, energy across the formula, sorry, energy across the capacitor is now with respect to time, because energy is not constant, it is getting decayed. Okay, and that is 1 by 2 C V. Okay, it depends on the voltage across the capacitor. Okay, I already told you, always the energy in the capacitor depends on the what is the instantaneous voltage across the capacitor. If the more the voltage, more energy, lesser the voltage, lesser the energy. Then I know the expression for VCT, that is 1 by 2 C V naught e power minus t by tau whole square 1 by 2 C V naught square e power minus 2t divided by tau. Okay, this I can replace like this: 1 by 2 C V naught square e power minus t by tau by 2. Okay, so again one thing is clear here: this 1 by 2 C naught square is the initial energy with the capacitor. Okay, it is decided by the previous circuit. Okay, this is the initial energy. With respect to this initial energy, it is getting decayed with this function tau t by tau by 2. So one thing is clear here: instead of tau we got time constant at tau by 2. Okay, so previously and all we are getting time constant as tau, but now the time constant is tau by 2. That means what? uh, for a energy, for energy decay, time constant is tau by 2. Time constant is tau by 2. For voltage and current decay, the time constant is tau. That means the energy is getting decayed more fastly than the voltage or current. Okay, so the energy decay is 2 times faster than the voltage or current decay. So because the time is less, that means very quickly the energy will decay. So the energy decay is 2 times faster than 2 times faster than voltage or current decay. Okay, so energy will decay very fastly. Okay, lastly I'll take some example, then I'll try to show you how the energy decays, or voltage and current, everything is getting decayed. Next, the expression for charge. Okay, so again expression for charge, because initially the charge is more. As the time progress, the charge inside the capacitor is getting decreased because current is flowing through the resistance. That's why the charge is getting decreased. By what factor it is getting discharged? Okay, at any point of time the charge equation is equal to Q of t is equal to C into V of t. More the voltage, more the charge; lesser the voltage, lesser the charge. Now I know what is V of t, that is CV naught e power minus t by 2. Again the charge decay is following the time constant of tau only. Okay, so now um, and finally we know how the again okay, finally we'll try to have some simple problem, then we'll try to realize how the energy or voltage or current is getting decayed. I'll take some simple problem. Okay, so assume that initially the capacitor is having, see this is the capacitor with some 1 farad capacitor. Okay, it is having some initial voltage as 5 volt, for example I am taking. Okay, no problem. Okay, you can take any value. Now this capacitor is connected with some resistance. Okay, whose time constant is, say for example, uh, sorry, whose resistance value is 2 ohm. Okay, 2 ohm. Now again, what is the initial values? First I have to calculate what is the energy, initial energy initial energy, I'll call it as E naught, that is 1 by 2 C V naught square. Okay, so 1 by 2, what is C value? That is 1. What is V naught square? That is 25. Then finally I'll get 12.5 joule of energy. Okay, then what is the initial current? The initial current in the circuit, okay, across the capacitor or across the resistance. Okay, I naught means V naught divided by R, that is V naught, initial current is I naught is equal to V naught divided by R, that is 5 divided by 2, that is 2.5 ampere. What is the initial voltage? The initial voltage is simply 5 volt. Now I'm going to draw the nature of voltage, current as well as the energy. Okay, say suppose if it is like this, okay, and then axes are given like this, the axes are given like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now what is the time constant of the circuit? That is, time constant of the circuit is simply RC, that is 2 seconds. Okay, RC 1 into 2 is 2 seconds. Okay, now in this axis itself, I am going to plot voltage, current, energy, everything. Okay, what is my energy? My energy is 12.5 joule. Okay, what is my voltage? My voltage is 5 volt. Okay, voltage is 5 volt. My current is 2.5 ampere, something. I am just now to decay the, first I concentrate on the voltage. Okay, the voltage will become 0 after 5 time constant. Okay, the 5 time constant means 5 into 2, 10 seconds. That means your voltage will become, your voltage waveform will be like this. It goes like this. It will reach 0 when t is equal to 10 seconds. Similarly, what happens to your current? Your current will start here and that also will reach 0 exactly at t is equal to 10 seconds. Then what happens to your energy in the capacitor? The energy in the capacitor will decay very fastly, because for the energy, the time constant is not 2. For a energy, the time constant is 1, because for a energy, time constant is tau by 2. For a energy, the time constant is tau by 2. That means this will decay to 0. Okay, for example, at this time itself. So again, this is something, for all the graph I am trying to put in the same one. Okay, so your energy will become like 0. Okay, so the energy decays more fastly than the voltage. So again, you may have a confusion here how this is becoming 0, because once if you see concentrate really at this point, this value will be very less than, very close to 0. Then once if you multiply the value, see when you multiply two value which are really less than 1, say for example if it is 0.01, then another one is 0.01, then what you will get? 0.001, that we consider as a 0. So your energy will decay more fastly than your voltage or current. Okay, so that idea you should have. So okay, the uh, energy decays more fastly than the voltage or current. Okay, so then next, what is the power dissipation across the resistance? Because finally across a capacitor we are connecting the resistance, some current is flowing through resistance. Then what is the, because we know whenever the current flows across the resistance, irrespective of the current nature, let it be AC or DC, or it is time varying or constant, definitely there will be a power dissipation across the capacitor. What is that power dissipation? Okay, so for power dissipation in the resistance. Okay, finally power dissipation in the resistance. Again, the power dissipation in resistor is not a constant quantity, it is a time varying, because the current is varying with respect to time, that also power also will vary with respect to time. So the power across the resistance is equal to the time varying current across the resistance multiplied with the resistance. Okay, what is the time varying current? The time varying current is simply V naught divided by R e power minus t by tau whole square into R and again this is V naught square divided by R. This is e power minus 2t by tau, or otherwise V naught square by R e power minus t by tau by 2. Again here also it's very clear. Generally the power, initially the power will be V naught square by R, because when t is 0, the power dissipation is more. But as the time progress, what is happening? The current value is getting decreased, the voltage also getting decreased. Then the power also will get decreased with respect to time, the power dissipation. But this is the power waveform, power equation of the power dissipation across the resistance, Now, finally, we are trying to get one more idea here. See, you are having some voltage, some initial voltage with a capacitor. You are connecting with the resistance. Okay. So this capacitor is having some energy. Okay. That energy becomes zero finally. As per the energy conservation theorem, energy given by the capacitor is equal to energy dissipated by the resistance. Okay. So this is the resistance. Now the energy is going like this, but it is dissipated in terms of heat, no problem. Okay, it may be doing some other work, no problem, but the resistor is dissipating or accepting the energy. Okay, so the energy given by the capacitor. Okay, so finally the energy given by capacitor is equal to energy dissipated by the resistance. Energy dissipated by the resistance, because only two elements are there. Okay, the capacitor is giving the energy, resistance is accepting the energy. After accepting the energy, it is dissipating. So energy dissipated by the resistor. Okay, now I will calculate these two terms separately. Then I will try to prove both are same. Okay, then what is the energy, total energy given by the capacitor? Energy, total energy. Okay, this is not the simple energy. It is like a total energy in the capacitor. Okay, when you will have the total energy in the capacitor, what is the total energy in the capacitor? Anybody? Anybody? What is the total energy in the capacitor? Any answer? When you will have the total energy at t is equal to 0, or at t is equal to infinite, or at some middle time. இந்த ப்ராப்ளத்தை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எப்போ உங்களுக்கு வந்து டோட்டல் எனர்ஜி கெபாசிட்டர்ல எப்போ இருக்கும்? t is equal to 0. Yes, the total energy in the capacitor is the energy that is present in the capacitor at t is equal to 0. Okay, so at t is equal to total energy in the capacitor means energy in the capacitor at t is equal to 0. Okay, so that means at t is equal to 0, what is the voltage? The voltage is wait a bit. The voltage is 1 by 2 C. Voltage is like V naught C V naught square. Okay, the total energy present in the capacitor is 1 by 2 C V naught square. Okay, now I will try to find out the energy dissipated by the resistance. That also same as 1 by 2 C V naught square. I will try to prove. Okay, so next, energy dissipated by the resistor. Energy dissipated by the resistance. Okay, generally we know the power dissipated by the resistance. From the power dissipation, how to calculate the energy? This is the power dissipated by the resistance. Okay, then once if you integrate from 0 to infinite, because we are really operating from 0 to infinite. Okay, we are closing the switch at t is equal to 0 and the current is flowing. So up to infinite, 0 to, but current will be actually, the effective current will be flowing up to t is equal to 5 tau, but integration will find out from 0 to infinite. Okay, we'll get same answer on. Okay, the energy dissipated by the resistor is equal to integration 0 to infinite power into time, because you know energy means power into time. Okay, so what is the power waveform? Just now we have calculated what is the power across the resistor, that is V naught square by R e power minus V naught square by R e power minus t by tau by 2. That 2 I will take up. So okay, so the power here is V naught square divided by R e power minus 2t 2t divided by tau, okay, into dt. Okay, so this v naught square you can take outside. Then once if you integrate this term, okay, what you will get after this integration, I think you will get minus tau by 2. Is it correct, sir? After integration? Is it correct?
Correct, sir.
Huh?
Correct, correct,
Okay.
correct.
So next, tau is there. Tau means RC by 2. This e power minus infinity is 0, e power 0 is minus 1. Anyway, this minus will cancel, r cancel. Then what I am getting? 1 by 2 cv naught square. Okay, so again we are proving this, the energy dissipated by the resistance over a period of time from 0 to infinite is same as what is the energy initially present in the capacitor. Okay, so again we are proving that energy given by the capacitor is equal to energy dissipated by the capacitor. Okay, so again E by capacitor is equal to E by resistor. Okay, energy given by the capacitor is equal to energy dissipated by the capacitor. Both are same. Okay, so next we'll go to the RL circuit. RL circuit. Now this is the inductor. Again the inductor got energy from some other circuit sometime before. Okay, so now the inductor will be having some current in it. Okay, that current is I, and also during the process of getting the energy, its voltage would have been like this VL. Now the inductor is having some voltage and some current, but suddenly that is connected to the resistance R. Okay, this convention is from the previous circuit, because previous circuit was giving the current to the inductor. That's why the notation is like this. Once if it is giving the current in this direction, then the voltage will be plus, here it will be minus. But actually what will happen now onwards, the current will flow from inductor to resistance like this. Actual current will be in this way, but if you want to write the formula for inductor, you have to take the current direction here only. So that's why conventionally we'll take the current is going inside, but finally it comes out as a negative, then the current will be really flowing outside. When you use the source free circuit concept, the current will be really flowing outside of the outside of the inductor, away from the inductor. Okay, then okay, anyway, but as per this convention, current is going this way. Once the current goes this way, the current will come here, then this is plus, this is minus. Okay, so this is the resistance, because I am following this current convention. Okay, this is plus, this is minus, again this is VR. And also later we will see the voltage. See, actually what is happening, once if the inductor is having some energy, finally from the inductor the current will flow like this. Again, once if the current flows, the voltage across the resistor will be like this. This is the inductor voltage, but as the current flows, the voltage will decrease. Finally the voltage and current, everything will be zero. That's okay, but we are following the circuit convention. Finally, if you measure VR, that VR also will be negative. That VR also will be negative, because we are taking the VR just in the opposite manner, because we are following the previous circuit convention. Okay, so just we'll proceed now. We'll see what happens. So what is I0? So initially the current across the inductor, I0 is I0, I0 is I0. Then once if you apply KVL inside, okay, KVL in the loop, then that is VR plus VL, that is equal to 0. VR plus VL, that is equal to 0. I think we made one mistake here. Okay, the mistake here is, see, actually conventionally what will happen, the current was flowing like this previously. Say this is the I0 current during the switching. Then also the current cannot reverse the direction. Actually, the same current will be flowing like this, but it will be decreasing. Okay, we'll see, we'll analyze and we'll see, okay, what happens. Okay, we'll see first. We'll go by procedure, we'll see. Okay, so VR plus VL is equal to 0. What is VR? VR means I into R. I into R. What is VL? Okay, so you have to be very careful here. When the current is entering, there should be plus. Then only you have to use this formula, or otherwise some minus plus will change. So VL is equal to L di by dt, that is equal to 0. Then you modify this equation, di by dt R by L I is equal to 0. That means what? This is something similar to d plus R by L is equal to 0. So again I of t I can write, I of t I can write some k e power minus r by l into t. Okay, r by l into t, or otherwise k into e power minus t by l by r, like this I can write. Okay, so I of 0, initially the current across the inductor is k e power 0, but that value is I naught. That means instead of k, you can substitute I naught. So finally, IT is equal to initial current value e power minus t by L by R. This L by R you can replace with the time constant of the circuit. Once if you have RL circuit, the time constant of the circuit tau is equal to L by R. Okay, time constant of circuit tau is equal to L by R. Now the direction of the current. Okay, so again IT is finally I naught e power minus t by tau, where tau is the time constant of the circuit. Tau is equal to L by R, time constant of the circuit. Time constant of the circuit. Now we will plot with the diagram. We will plot this function with the diagram. Okay, so it is like this, then this is time. Okay, this is the current. Okay, initially the current is I naught. Okay, then gradually it is getting decreased, then it reaches 0. Okay, around 5 tau it reaches 0. Around 5 tau, then this is what is happening at t is equal to tau. Okay, what is happening at 2 tau. Okay, same thing we have discussed previously. Okay, again at a tau, what happens? The it will become like 36 percentage of V naught. This is 13 percentage of V naught. It comes something like that. Again, same concept. Okay, now from this how to proceed? Now we know the current. Okay, then what is the voltage across the inductor? Okay, the voltage across the inductor VL is equal to L di divided by dt. Now we know the current across the inductor. Okay, the current across the inductor is I naught e power minus t by tau. Then once if you differentiate, okay, so if you differentiate this one, you will get minus L I naught by tau e power minus t by tau. Okay, so then again tau you can replace with the L by R, then L cancel, R goes up. Then finally this is minus I naught R e power minus t by tau. Okay, so this is the voltage across the inductor, voltage across the inductor. Okay, so voltage across the inductor is equal to minus I naught R e power minus t by tau. Now what is the voltage across the inductor in the beginning? Because now we got voltage across the inductor as minus I naught R e power minus t by tau. The voltage, sorry, this is t. Okay, the now voltage across the inductor at t is equal to 0 is minus I naught R, and then voltage across the inductor at infinite is equal to 0. Okay, then what is the voltage across the resistance? The voltage across the resistance is simply I into R. Okay, I into R. Then what is the value of I? That is I naught R e power minus t by tau. Okay, so finally the voltage across the inductor is negative of the voltage across the resistor, because we took like this. See, in this diagram, VR plus VL is equal to 0, then that means VL is equal to minus VR. VL is equal to minus VR. Okay, and again minus IR e power minus t by tau. Already we have calculated the voltage across the inductor is same as minus I naught r e power minus t by tau. Same also we are calculating with some other method. So again VL is equal to minus VR, and that is equal to minus I naught r e power minus t by tau. Now from this, what is the understanding you are getting? Okay, so now what is actually happening if you see? Okay, so um, see, your, I will write in the next page. Okay, so that your circuit is connected with your, suppose if you are having inductor, you are having the current source, you are having some 5 ampere current, this is some 2 ohm. Okay, so finally what happens, say for example this circuit is connected at t is equal to minus infinite. Now at t is equal to 0 I am opening the switch. Okay, but before opening the switch, exactly at t is equal to 0 I have to close the switch. Okay, now I am closing like this. Now what is the state of the circuit at t is equal to 0 minus? Okay, just before the closing, what would have happened? This is like short circuit. Okay, this is like short circuit because inductor, because at t is equal to 0 minus, the circuit is at steady state. Okay, because the switch was closed at t is equal to minus infinite. This 5 ampere is applied at t is equal to minus infinite. That means at t is equal to 0 minus, the circuit at steady state. Then once if it is steady state, then that circuit behavior will be something like this. It is like completely short circuit. That means entire 5 ampere will flow like this. Again, you know one concept, the current across the inductor cannot change suddenly. So that's why now you have opened the switch, but the current will try to flow in this direction only. That because current cannot change suddenly. Okay, 5 ampere means after this also 5 ampere. Okay, the current cannot reverse this direction. Okay, so this is 5 ampere. Now this is 5 ampere. The inductor is having 5 ampere current. Now you have closed the switch. Then it will go like this. So initially what is happened, when you apply the current is flowing like this. Now it got some current. Finally, once if you open this switch and you are closing this switch, then actually the current will flow in this direction. Really the current is flowing in this direction only. That's why, okay, so in the problem also we have assumed that current is going in this way. Okay, because once if current goes in this way, it will have some VL, but actually in the beginning the VL is really like 0, because in the beginning the inductor, okay, in the beginning, sorry, at steady state the inductor is like at the time of switching, because you done the switching at t is equal to 0, at the time of switching it is like open, but after a period of time it becomes like a short. Okay, so current is really going in this way, I only. Okay, so and the same current is will flow here also. Here also it will come. Again we took the inductor like this, but the current is coming like this, but at any point of time the voltage is like this only. That's why uh, finally the voltage, the current, the conventional current is going like this. Then how we took the resistance, voltage of the resistance, we took like this. Okay, so that means really this voltage is correct only, because really the current is going in this manner. Okay, if you see the voltage across the resistor, then that is this one only, I naught r e power minus t by tau. That means the voltage across the resistance is really positive only, really positive. Okay, so and again the same voltage will be applied across the inductor, but here you have a confusion. Here VL we are getting as a negative. Okay, see what is happening finally. If you see here, finally the current is going like this. That means you will get voltage like this, but as per the convention we took like this, because for inductor current is going like this, but this is the real voltage. The same voltage will be applied here. So that's why this is the actual voltage. Okay, this is correct. The same voltage will be applied here, but you took plus minus like this. That's why VL is coming as negative, because this same voltage will be applied here. You took plus here. Okay, so then this is becoming negative, because this negative voltage will be applied here. Okay, the same voltage will be applied here, because conventionally the current is going like this. Okay, once the current goes like this, the voltage drop will be like this. As it is a parallel element, the same voltage will be applied here, but you took plus here. because the current is flowing in this way, you took plus here, but actually the voltage will be negative. Actually the voltage will be negative. That's why VL voltage across the inductor is negative. Okay. Okay. So now, and again, we know one thing. See, one more thing also here clear, because whenever you take some source, okay, now your inductor is acting as a source. Its current is going in this manner. Okay. Whenever if the source current goes, if this is like a source, it is providing the current, then what will be its voltage? Its voltage, its real voltage will be like this. But we took convention like this, we took convention like this. That's why VL is becoming like negative. VL is negative. VL. We took the but actually the voltage will be like this, because current is going this way. For a source, if the current goes this way, what will be the actual voltage? This will be plus, this will be minus. But we took the convention in the opposite manner. That's why VL is becoming negative. VL is becoming negative. Okay, so that you have to understand. Okay. So then what is the expression for power dissipation in the resistance? What is the expression for power dissipation in the resistance? And then energy decay in the inductor. One by one we will see. Expression for power dissipation in resistor. Okay, so that is P RT is equal to I square T R. What is the value of I square T? The current through the resistance. Okay, current is flowing like this. Current across the resistance, I don't know we have calculated or not, because that is same as IT. Okay, the same current IT is flowing through the resistance also. That is I naught e power minus T by tau. Okay, so this is I naught e power minus T by tau whole square into R, and then I naught square. Okay, I naught square R e power minus T by 2 tau. This is the power dissipation across the resistor. Okay, then energy decay in the inductor. Next one is energy decay in inductor. Okay, that is energy decay is equal to EL is equal to 1 by 2 L I of T square. Okay, 1 by 2 L, that is I naught square e power minus T by tau by 2. Okay, so this is the energy decay in the inductor. Again, the energy decay is more faster than the current or voltage across the inductor. What is the flux linkage? What is the flux linkage? Because as long as some current is there across the inductor, some flux will be there. The flux at any point of time and the inductor depends on the what is the inductance value, what is the current flowing, Li. So that means L I naught e power minus T by tau. Okay, because initially the flux will be high. As the time progress, the flux will decrease, because as the time progress, the current in the inductor, okay, the energy in the inductor will decrease. That's why finally the current through the inductor also will decrease finally. Okay, so this unit is Weber per ton. Then you do one thing finally, try to prove that energy given by inductor, the total energy in the inductor, that means energy given by the inductor is same as energy dissipated across the resistance. Energy dissipated across resistance. Now, what is this energy and what is the initial energy in the inductor? Anybody? What is the initial energy in the inductor? You see this equation at t is equal to 0. What is the energy? 1 by 2 L I naught square. 1 by 2 L I naught square. 1 by 2 L I naught square is the initial energy in the inductor. Okay, then you try to calculate this one, energy dissipated by the resistance. Then you try to prove both are same. Okay, so finally note energy dissipated by the resistor, energy dissipated, not energy, generally power, but we calculate the energy. Power dissipated by resistor and energy decay in inductor is two times faster than current or voltage decay. Okay, so in the next class, I will take some realistic value, then I will try to give the diagram. Okay, in the same manner as we did it for the capacitor. Okay, so with this, I will stop. If you have any doubt, you can ask.